Okay, so in this video, I'm going to break down a LinkedIn outreach funnel. This funnel, you're basically going to use LinkedIn as a way to push your top of funnel content and then kind of work your way down. Okay, so it's very, very simple. So you're going to have your initial LinkedIn outreach. Well, let me establish something first. So the blue here is top of funnel, green is middle of funnel, and then purple is bottom of funnel, and then you have the delivery process. Okay, so top of funnel, you have your basic LinkedIn outreach. You make sure your profiles are optimized properly. Make sure you're pushing founder-led content. You're showing competence. You have a following in place. You need to have some sort of status delta in place already. Otherwise, this isn't going to work very well. Okay, so make sure you're actually ramping that up. Get your content up. And start building an organic following on LinkedIn. Okay, so LinkedIn outreach. If you get a positive reply, which you're going to see more relative to how much status delta you have. So the less status delta you have on your LinkedIn profile, the less that this top of funnel process is going to work. Now, this process is very, very simple on the top end, but it becomes easier and easier and easier the more status delta that you demonstrate. If you don't know what status delta is, it's the altitude between you and your client. It's a concept that Nick Cosman pinned very, very well. It's anything that kind of gives you higher perceived value or authority or trust. Any sort of reason, anything that answers the question, why should I trust you? That's what status delta is. Okay, so LinkedIn outreach, you're going to send them the first message. Maybe you have to follow up just a little bit. You're probably using Expandy or some sort of automated software at this point. And you're going to forward them to top of funnel content. Usually guys are going to shoot straight for the call. Okay. To make it a little bit lower barrier to entry and to kind of pre-qualify them, we're going through this funnel instead of cutting straight for the call. Going straight for the call can work, but it takes a little bit of follow-up. You need massive status delta. So you're going to forward them to content, okay? So let's say you get a positive reply. You're going to forward them to like a newsletter, maybe your YouTube video or something like that. And then that content is going to funnel to your landing page, okay? And people are going to opt in on that landing page. And if they don't opt in, you need to rework your top of funnel. Okay, so there's a reason why they're not opting in, and the chances are is because you don't have you haven't given them a reason to opt in, right? There's not you're not going to have a 100% opt-in rate. It's impossible. But if people aren't opting in, you probably need to go rework your status delta on the top of funnel. See what other people are posting, do some market research. But generally speaking, when people aren't opting in to your funnel, it's because they don't trust you, right? They don't trust you with their info. Okay. So once they opt in, then they can watch the VSL, or you can forward them to a dynamic sales letter, like a video or a white paper, and then that funnels to they watch that. And then the SDR is going to work bottom of funnel. So the SDR, for the most part in tech, works top of funnel. The SDR actually creates the demand. They do the lead generation from top of funnel all the way down to bottom of funnel. But I think the new way in 2024 is having SDRs work actually to bottom of funnel. So the SDR is going to work towards the bottom, and they're going to do the follow-up for people that have already shown interest in your VSL. They've already watched your VSL. They know what you're about. They know your content. They know who you are. They know your product. They've gone through this top of funnel and this middle funnel process. And so all the SDR has to do is call them up and say, hey, just want to ask you a few questions to see if you're a good fit for our product or service or program, whatever it is that you're selling, right? The SDR is going to pre-qualify them. They're going to book the demo and hand it off to the closer. Now, if the SDR is not booking, it is probably it's either because they're not qualified, which could just be the very simple truth. People that the SDRs are calling are low quality leads, in which case you might want to go back to top of funnel. If the SDRs aren't able to book leads, it could be the script you've given them, or it also could just be the SDR itself, in which case you might want to retrain them, rework with them, or might maybe even consider hiring a new junior SDR. Okay. But either way, the SDR work is pretty simple. They should be able to get a demo booked and hand it off to the closer, which could be the founder. It could be a dedicated sales rep. And did you get a sale? Yes or no? Okay. If you didn't get a sale, you want to rework the middle of funnel. Okay. So if something's not working here, you work it up here. If something's not working down here, you work it up here. You just go back up and figure out what's wrong up there. Okay. So if you didn't get a sale, rework the script in the VSL. Okay. So ensure that the VSL is actually addressing some of your objections. The VSL is actually going to do most of the selling for you. So it's actually going to increase your close rate. Okay, so if your VSL is spot on, which it takes time to get there, it takes a lot of iteration, market feedback. It takes a lot of reworking and further research, and a lot of market insights. But once you've kind of narrowed it down, your sales closing rate should be pretty high because, like I said, the VSL has done the majority of the work. So the rework, so you want to rework the script. So rework the closing script. You could have an ineffective script if you're not able to close the sale. Maybe they're not qualified, in which case that was an SDR problem. Or like I said, you just need to rework the VSL. So figure out what you need to do there. Okay. And then once you actually get the sale, you have the onboarding process. Stop skipping onboarding processes. Okay. It's very important client experience to have a proper onboarding process. So go through a proper onboarding process. And then you have the delivery process. Okay, so this is the actual logical things you go through. This is the actual product, the service, or whatever. They go through the actual thing they bought into. Okay, and then as you take on more and more users or clients or customers, you need to iterate on the tech to improve the delivery. Okay, so you start learning over time that the product that you built back, when you first built your MVP or when you first built your program, it's going to be completely different than when you have an 8-figure or 7-figure pipeline, right? So, because, as time goes on, the market is giving you feedback on your tech, on your deliverables. You're starting to figure out what people actually want. So you iterate on the tech to improve the delivery, or at least change the delivery process to how a customer or user would see fit, right? And then once you've successfully accomplished this, you just want to build the case study fast, right? So turn every single successful customer into a case study, because then you can plaster that social proof all over your top of funnel. Okay. And then you turn this whole thing into a loop, right? Because you're building these case studies, right? So a very, very simple LinkedIn process. You can do the exact same thing with cold email. However, with LinkedIn or social media platforms, it's going to be a little bit more organic. So this process is going to be a little bit more effective with that, as well as paid ads. Okay. So this is just kind of a basic funnel you can use to do that. This funnel is actually going to lower your CAC. It is going to lower your cost per acquisition, your cost per lead lower because of the VSL. The dynamic sales letter is a lot of the sauce here. Okay, so make sure that is dialed in. If you want this process built out right and done for you, you can click the link in the description and we can see what that looks like for you. We're currently looking to build a lot of case studies fast, so we are not charging any upfront fees. We're not charging retainers. We're just working on performance only basis, whether that's revenue share or some sort of equity deal. It doesn't matter. Whatever you see fit, we're looking to aggressively build a great startup, a fantastic case study. If you have a great product, if you have product market fit, a very viable product or service, we can definitely help you with that. Okay. So anyway, hope you found this valuable. You can steal this if you want to, copy, paste it, whatever you want to do, run with it. And I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. All right. Thank you.